Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to another setting of Rage Across New York, a setting for New York. Yes, Living World of Darkness. I remember the name. I never forgot. Um, and yeah, tonight, after Dorian has got his father on set a few days after he's looking for Zelda for something. He likes apparently some people like to do that in public. He's more of he likes to do it quietly, so he'll look for his packmate and fellow Shadow Lord Zelda.
Uh, Zelda would be the fountain. She is she's there when uh it's just early in the night. Um, a lot of the tourists and residents that tend to come around the park have gone, just leaving like the kinfolk and Garo to the place, and um, Zelda is just sitting on the lip of the fountain, like with her feet under her, kind of Indian style. She is hunched over with uh, her chin resting in a palm as she goes through her phone. And she seems to be just kind of scrolling through, looking at things. Dorian wouldn't have
Okay,
any
he'll
problem.
make his way to her.
I was gonna say Dorian wouldn't have any problem finding her just because Lion, if he wanted to ask Lion stuff like that. But there's also kinfolk around that would have saw
Mm.
her there, so or she could just ask the pack link too, or he could just ask the pack link too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, so he probably would have asked Kinfolk, and I mean, I think he's seen her around the fountain a few times. So yeah, he probably would have asked Kinfolk and headed over there. So he makes his way to her, and when he sees her, just keeps going. And Zelda, smirk.
Ah, good evening, Dorian. What's going on?
Wanted to speak to you about something. Oh, you see, this is a veil protected area, right?
Mm, pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's not a lot of people here, anyways. There's barely anybody here,
Yeah.
so nobody's allowed in the park after dark. So Zelda just sits up, rest rest both of her elbows on her knees, and kind of weaves her fingers together, just kind of like letting her phone just eventually kind of like turn itself off. Um, you see her visage darken a little as the light cuts off, and she just looks at him and just says, "Oh yeah, what about?"
Well, there aren't too many other Shadow Lords around, and you're also my packmate, so it makes sense that I go to you for my fasting challenge. So, uh, I'll shrug. Let's make it formal. Stormeye, I, Doran Atkins, did Backbone and Thunderclap of the Shadow Lords. Clears of the Shadow Lords, born under a full moon, challenge you for the rank of Foston.
She looks at him when he says all that, and he gets all serious and whatnot. Like he can see like her face kind of just like flatten, look a little sheepish. He can almost see like her lip kind of curl up, like, "Oh my gosh, why me?" Like type of face. Um, and she just says, "On the contrary, you believe challenging me, your packmate, would be the best target or the person to ask for a challenge. Some would see that as cheating or going easy on you.
Yeah, but I know you. I know you won't go. I know you won't go easy on me. I know you know what challenges me. You know what I need to work on, what I'm good at, and what I'm not good at. Whoever thinks you're going to give me an easy challenge, well, I'd say don't know you that well. You are the one that knows me best.
I think that's a thick load of bullshit, but okay. She gives like a small smile. I don't know you as well as I should, but I know you enough. In one bit of advice, like you could have kissed my ass a little bit there. You could have just said, "Well, you don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks," and yeah, if they think you're cheating, who gives a fuck? Anyways, challenge, man. Uh, she sits up. She kind of like wiggles her arms a little bit, trying to like almost if she's trying to limber up, and like she like brings her shoulders kind of knit close to her head, and like brings her hands together at her temples and like just try to rubs her temples, thinking, "All right, God damn it, Dorian, challenge, challenge, challenge." Let's see. Well, we already know that you are pretty good at combat. I mean, I watched you soak lightning bolts from Grandfather Thunder himself. I've seen you kick a lot of ass, so I don't think there's any problem there. I think the only other real medium or things that need to be kind of worked on is maybe discretion and learning how to work leverage. So, you're gonna do something for me.
Works.
She she kind of like turns her body around a little bit, kind of kicks her legs out from under her, and turns her body a little bit, and then she pats on the lip of the fountain next to her, and she says, "Sit."
He'll sit.
I was planning on doing this myself, but since you are seeking my approval to be a foster, and I'm going to make you do it. And I had some stuff already kind of worked out, but you know what? I'm just going to throw it in the fucking trash can now. Or maybe burn it so you don't get an idea and try to take my notes. So, she picks up her phone and she pulls up like Google equivalent. She types in New York Bank and Trust and Mott Haven, Bronx. And she goes to the website, it pulls up the website for the bank, and she goes to the list of employees. And she pulls up a one of a kind of like a young man, probably in his late 30s. His name on the website calls him Grayson Atworth. Um, Dark skinned male. Um, he seems to be like some kind of middle management person, a mid level banker. And she pulls him up. She presses on the picture, pulls him up, kind of expands out the picture to give Dorian a good look. She just says, "All right, so this is what I want you to do for you to be fostering. This man right here, Grayson Atkins, he is a mid-level banker with New York Bank and Trust out in Mott Haven, the
Wait,
Bronx.
Atkins?
Atworth.
Atworth.
I'm sorry, Atworth. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I do the same thing. It's okay.
And what I want you to do is make sure that you turn him out so that he is. I basically have him in my pocket. I want you to make him work for me. I want to have his. I want to be in control of him. Basically, I need his contacts and his influence at the bank in order to do what I want to do. And I'm going to leave how you do that up to you. And if he
You're
is
not.
not sufficiently cowed into compliance, then, well, that will be the end of your challenge.
How long do I have?
Hmm. Say, let's say a solid month should be okay. I think you, not. I would say that you should probably start by getting some kind of leverage. So building that's going to take some time. But
You're not.
if you are feeling your oats, you can intimidate him and browbeat him into compliance, scare the living shit out of him. But it's usually better if you have something to back that up with.
You're not.
So the challenge is, like I said, to make sure that I can get what I want out of him at any time that I want for as long as I want. If you need to make up some kind of alias of who he's going to be working for or who's going to be contacting him in the future for future needs, just say the Shadow.
You're not. All right. I'll, I'll work on it. He'll be under your thumb in, well, about a month then.
Just a word of advice, Dorian, take your time with this. Because something like this you only get one shot with. And for God fucking sakes, wear a goddamn mask. If you have to see him in person.
I always wear a mask when I do that shit.
I'm just saying. Anyways, that's my advice. And that's my challenge. And just to be honorable and official, do you accept?
You're not. I accept the challenge.
All right. Well then, you got some work to do, bud.
He'll smile and nod. I do. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, he'll walk off. Thinking of a way to get leverage on that guy.
And Zelda will watch Dorian as he leaves, just kind of with her head down, but like her eyes kind of rolling up. And then eventually, once he is like kind of out of eye shot, like she just drifts her eyes back down her to her phone, looks at the image of Grayson, and just eventually closes out the window, starts going back to what she was doing.
With that, I guess we can anything there. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. And we'll see you on another episode.